up, people? This is Degenerate John here with SCR Extra. You might be asking, well, what is SCR Extra? Basically, it's a new concept that we came up with. Sometimes on our podcast, I do play a lot of audio clips that I pull from videos, and I decided, well, sometimes just playing the audio on the podcast just doesn't do the video obviously it doesn't do it any justice. So we decided, not for every podcast, but for most of them, what we'll do is if there is a funny clip that we want you to see actual video footage, or any stuff that we record out in the field, we would like to just show it to you. So for this one, we decide SCR61X. So basically what we're doing for this one is showing you video footage from our interviews with Allie Parker and Erin, the two female Rustlers at Adrenaline Unleashed. Sorry, I just kind of had a little brain fart. I could not remember it for just a second. And also Kent, the eccentric lion, also one of the owners of Adrenaline Unleashed. A cool-ass promotion. I got the opportunity to videotape a little bit of their training, and I have already been kind of a mark for their product because they still are using a six-sided ring, which is, according to Kent, the only six-sided ring actually west of the Mississippi. So there you go, TNA. You should probably take a lesson from Adrenaline Unleashed. Bring back the six-sided ring. So anyway, here are the two interviews, and I apologize, you might hear some sound, kind of a little bit of sound on the interview that Dee Dee conducted. I'm so proud of her. She actually decided to, I convinced her to do the interview by herself. So she did a great job, but you will hear the slapping of a hockey stick because we're technically in a hockey arena, and a badass venue, may I add. So anyway, here are those two interviews, and then after that you will see a little bit of the training footage and whatnot. So hopefully you enjoy this new segment. So anyway, any comments, send them to dj@steelcageradio.com, but definitely check out adrenaline-unleash.com. Enjoy.
Kind of standard, does everybody here kind of dabble in both refereeing and wrestling?
The men do. It's pretty rare to have women referees.
I know, that's why I'm asking.
Yeah, so from what we're doing, I guess it's more of a novelty, and that's kind of our thing, to incorporate everyone into the show. So we're like family and training, and everyone that's training can actually participate.
So let me kind of go off on that tangent a little bit. What's it like doing both? Do you get kind of a different perspective on wrestling, being both a ref and a wrestler? Do you learn different things being both? Talk about that a little bit.
Being in the ring is, to me, really important. I learned a lot refereeing, just things that you can't really learn in training. When you're in the middle of a match, you're used to the people being around. You have to yell. You get warmed up to being a to be a wrestler.
Right.
I found it very helpful.
How about you?
Like I said, when you're in the ring, you see things more close up, and you learn from that. And you get in the ring, you say, oh, maybe I want to try this, because it seems easier, but when you learn it, it kind of comes secondhand.
Hey, so you get two different perspectives on it. You get to watch it being done, and then you get to try it yourself. Oh, it's really interesting. So, pro wrestling, you guys watch on TV. What are your thoughts on the business, especially as it pertains to women's wrestling? What do you think about what's going on there?
Okay. To me, the WWE, they think the wrestlers as, pretty bodies, pretty faces, but they really have to be saying, I'm strong as the men, I fight as hard as the men, and this is why I'm here. I don't come here to show you a pretty face. I also come here to show you this is a passion, this is why I'm doing it. So, I'm really glad that I did.
That's neat, yeah. How about you? What are your thoughts on the business today?
I do watch a little bit. I mean, Allison Danger is one of our trainers, so I try to focus more on her and what they're doing. Because actually, I think that women get a lot of a bad rep of not being very good at wrestling and things. And she's really good, for her to be a trainer for us is amazing. So I don't know. I watch a little bit of both, Shimmer and then WWE, just to kind of get a good all-around idea of what's out there. But I don't know. I just try and train and keep with the guys. I've worked with the guys mostly, so having her is great because it's finally nice to work with a girl. Nice. But yeah, I really haven't wrestled a lot of women, so I don't really know how it's going to be. So you have to watch to see what it's like and see what what you're up against.
Do you primarily wrestle guys?
Here, yeah. Until she came, like we rarely get to train with, because girls come on and off. It's very hard, you know, to take the hits and stuff. So a lot of girls can't take it. So when you're here, you have like one girl, you're like, cool, I'm gonna work with her and be on the same speed.
I hadn't even thought about that. You know, like the availability of an opponent or a training partner. You know, it really is slim pickings. You know, there aren't a lot of women in the business in any respect. So I think it's really interesting that both of you also referee and you wrestle. It's just very interesting that you do that because women are so hard to come by. You know? Since we're talking about this, being a woman in a male-dominated business, what's that like? We talked a little bit about the opponents. You can't find one, you know, or it's hard to find one. What else?
It's boys, just dealing with boys in general. They are such yahoos. Like, a girl comes around, you end up being one of the guys, and they're just, you know, I don't know.
I know, we've noticed that. They're drama queens.
Yeah.
They really are.
Yeah, Eric Cross and Suave.
Don't tell them we said that, but honestly, us too, hanging around them after the show. Did you watch my match?
Yeah.
Did I look all right? Yeah, I know. That was funny. Yeah. Oh, that's so funny. How about you? What are your thoughts?
Working with the guys is really great, except sometimes I think of us as women, we're really wrestlers. In the ring, we're wrestlers, but inside, we're women. So if you think of us wrestlers inside, we get more respect, and we're treated as same, and that's really good for wrestling.
Very good.
It's tough.
Oh, yeah, I know. All right, so you both indicated that you watch wrestling on TV, that you've watched it before. Who's your dream opponent? Who would you, like, if you could wrestle one person, male or female, doesn't matter. Who's your dream opponent?
Trish Stratus.
Okay. How come? Any reason?
You know, when she started out as a manager, and then she worked her way up. She's been through a lot of extreme matches, like I think Extreme Rules, chairs matches, and it shows that women can be just as extreme as the men. And, you know, she shows that, you know, beautiful side of her and then the dominant side of her, which I really like.
Yeah, she does have it kind of all put together. She isn't just a pretty face, and she isn't just a wrestler. She's got it all put together. Very nice. How about you?
I'm kind of cheesy. I think I would like to leave mine like a little bit, not like WWE. I don't know. I think since Allison Danger trained me so much, I think going against her would be really cool because, you know, she's my trainer. Really one of the only indie women I've worked with, and she's great. She's got tons of knowledge. So I think that's probably my dream match. And that's like, I mean, that's not like some crazy person that's out of reach. So it's someone that's accomplishable.
Might that happen? Might that be something that would happen here?
I don't know. Like, I have no idea. I can throw it out there.
Yeah, I'm going to whisper in somebody's ear.
Yeah.
Throw it out there, and we'll put it up.
Do it in the camera.
Yeah. Oh, me? Her, not me. She can say that. All right. Hint, hint. Let's see that match sometime soon. All right. Well, I know you all need to get back to your training, so I've got one more question. Where do you see yourselves in 5 years? Where would you like to be?
With wrestling, for me, it's just a fun thing. I'm not trying to make a career out of it. I have a career already. So for me, I just have fun doing it. So I'd like to keep doing it as long as it doesn't interfere with, you know, my personal life and work. So if I have kids and all of those things, I don't want to, you know, I think I would quit. But aside from that, I really like doing it. It's fun. It brings out, it's a lot of exercise. It's fun. It brings out a different side of you. So that's nice. Yeah.
How about you?
In 5 years, I'm hoping to go to FCW to train there to become a WWE diva. So.
Oh, okay. Fabulous. So we've got a future WWE diva on our hands. All right. I can say that I interviewed you first or second, maybe. All right. Super. Well, ladies, thank you both so much. We're going to hang out and watch you do some training and talk to some of your compadres over here, some of the drama queens. Yeah.
I got a couple questions, real quick questions. I'm just going to roll a couple of names and tell me what you guys think. Fabulous Moolah.
Really great. She's awesome.
All right. One of my favorites, Lita.
I remember her a lot when I was like from the 90s. Like, she was just really cool, so everyone wanted to be like her, all the girls. I'm not into like copying people's style, but she's a really, I feel like a lot of girls kind of do that now, but she's really cool. She's awesome.
All right. And last name, the last one, Sarah Del Rey. Have you heard of her?
Yes, of course.
Who hasn't?
Yeah.
She kicks so much ass out there
She's awesome.
in the indie scene. So, any thoughts? Possible opponent?
That would be a nice match.
We'll throw that one out there too. And we'll see that one.
Very cool.
All right.
Got it.
I've always dreamed of becoming a pro
I've always
wrestler.
dreamed of becoming a pro wrestler.
I want to learn moves like that.
I want to learn moves like that. Where can I do this?
In Las Vegas. It takes heart, dedication, and determination to become a pro wrestler. At Adrenaline Unleashed, we train men, women, and teens, beginners and veterans alike. Start training to achieve your dream of becoming a pro wrestler.
All right, we have Kent here, one of the owners of Adrenaline Unleashed. Good stuff I've been watching up there on the ring. One question is, you guys really do a lot of Lucha Libre training, which is very commendable. Being a Mexican guy who watched wrestling as a boy, first watching Lucha Libre, it's kind of nice to see you guys taking interest in that. Why is that?
It's another form of wrestling, as we're all aware of. We do lucha training once a week. Bring a couple of guys in that have wrestled both Mexico, Texas, Southern California. It just brings another facet to the whole whole training aspect of wrestling. It gets the trainees to be more agile. It just gives them another point of view on the topic, on training.
Nice. So how long has Adrenaline Unleashed been around?
We started in December of 2004. We actually launched our first show in September 2005. We've been in Vegas now for 7 years. The training school also for 7 years. I've ran consistently out here for the time being. One of the longest running promotions and training facilities out here in Las Vegas, and actually Vegas history. So been out for a while.
And your school has actually produced quite a few well-known wrestlers. Can you name some of them? I recognize one, Tommy Misfit, who wrestles quite a bit in SoCal also.
Tommy Misfit is actually one of my golden boys. I'm so thankful and so appreciative of that kid. He put a lot of heart in, a lot of faith, a lot of trust. He joined me in early 2009 and just listened to everything that we've done. We laid on the table. He practically put his heart into it, and he is the epitome of Adrenaline Unleashed. He has put his time in, this training. I mean, he's got a great attitude and is willing to work with anybody, do anything. And he relishes in a lot of the rewards that come out of it. So yeah, Tommy, I'm very proud of. He's one of the key kids.
Now, if you didn't notice on this video, there's a 6-sided ring. That's what I have to admit, I marked out quite a bit. How did that come about? Everybody has to go traditional, four posts. How about why the 6?
In 2004, when me and my business partner were talking, being initially from Southern California, we realized the market was really saturated. And after, while I was training at UPW under the Blood Brothers, the one thing I noticed is that every show looked the same. A lot of the wrestlers, it just seemed like one group of wrestlers went to every promotion. So the cards were the same. Everything looked, nothing was different about it. If your platform looks like everybody else's, then what really are you doing differently? And that was my approach back then. I wanted something a little bit faster, something different. Something I noticed that Mexico was doing, something that I saw in Japan. And I thought, you know what, that ring's really fast. And then all of a sudden TNA had their ring, and it was like, you know what? I want to do something that's on the West Coast, a little bit different, and that's what I primarily did. I focused on a ring that as a platform that would just stand out from everybody else. So if anything, hate to say it's a gimmick, but it's its own unique gimmick.
Now, you had an interesting point or a comment you made. You're the only 6-sided ring west of the Mississippi. Is that right? Really?
Yeah. When I had the ring built, I was told I was the only 6-sided ring west of the Mississippi, outside of something coming up from Mexico, or if TNA brought it in from the East Coast at the time when they were doing it. My ring was the only ring that I understand was out here. So if there was another one, I didn't know about it, and the builder who built my ring didn't know about it either.
All right. Now, how are the crowds? I mean, you said you were from Southern California, and you went through UPW. So that was Rick Bassman, wasn't that?
That was his promotion and training school.
Yeah, so you obviously know how the crowds are in Southern California. How is it different in Las Vegas? How are the crowds?
I think the fans are just thankful to have wrestling. We have a really good draw for our more consistent monthly shows now. We're drawing well over 300, 350 consistently. We've ranged as high as 500 to 600. And that's here in our, training, our roller hockey center here. We train, we do our shows right here in the center of the rink.
A mighty awesome venue, may I add. That is pretty cool.
But yeah, we do the shows right in the center of the rink. Set the chairs up, do a whole production layout, and we draw really strong. Obviously some months we'll hit about 250, just under 300, but we stay pretty consistent about 300 to 350. Very
cool. Now, what do you guys see yourselves in 5 years from now?
Still here.
Still here.
I've seen a number of people come and go here in Vegas. Some good guys actually try and start up and not make it. And it's a very tough market. If you don't understand the market, you're not going to go very far. So, to each their own. I commend them for doing their thing. But 5 years from now, I still plan on being here. I think I got a good niche here. I know a lot of the players in this city, county, and I do a lot of things with both. So now, I'm here for a while.
Cool. Now, what would set yourself apart from other promotions? Because I think there was a couple other here in Vegas. I know, me personally, I found a lot of interest in your promotion just because of the wrestling action that I saw on YouTube and the fact that you have a 6-sided ring, which definitely brought my attention. I mean, what do you do differently to, kind of shine out, or do you even go for that? Or you just focus on your product and your product only, and don't worry about others?
You know what? I focus on my product. I pretty much look at it this way. There's going to be other people that want to do what you do or do it their way in the wrestling business. Like I said, I commend them for doing what they're doing. As far as what sets apart my product from the rest, I look at it this way. I'm obviously training the people that become the champions of other promotions, so that's a pat on my back. I don't care how you cut it, and for whatever reasons. they obviously started somewhere that was related, tied to Adrenaline Unleashed, and that's what it is, as far as it goes out here. Outside of that, the product itself, I guess I have to thank the Ballard brothers, Shane Ballard, Steve Navajo Warrior, and Frank Kazarian in regards to how they trained me. Listen to the people, listen to the crowd, listen to the fans. They're going to tell you what you want, what they want. They're going to tell you what they want to see, how they want to see it, and they're the ones that are actually buying the tickets that these wrestlers are basically selling to, put in seats. These people are going to determine if they're coming back or not coming back. And I guess I learned to listen as much as I could be stubborn at times. I could listen at the same time, and it's led to our success. So.
Perfect. Now, what do you see the wrestling scene, just in general, just like nationwide? How do you view it? I mean, is it, I don't know, I always like asking this question to different promoters to kind of get a sense. Because since, you know, WWE has been kind of a dominant force for quite a while, TNA's try to make a name for themselves, and you know, the ROHs and the Chikaras out there. I just wanted to get your opinion of the scene just in general.
To give an opinion on a lot of things that are going on in the wrestling industry, who am I in the business? I'm just thankful for running what I'm doing. You know, Vince McMahon for WWE has done his thing. The guys over at TNA are doing their thing. The people at Ring of Honor, Chikara, they're doing their thing. And they're doing what's successful for them. And that alone, you can't take it away from them. So the scene as a whole, there's a lot of talent out there that are really underrated. That I've had a pleasure of meeting, having worked for me. Caleb, this guy, a gentleman who worked for us recently, phenomenal talent, great guy, and really getting his name out there. Brent Myers, good guy from Chicago area. We got Aries from Chicago that comes down and works with us. Allison Danger. You know, there's a lot of talent out there that have been phenomenal. But there's a lot of underrated talent too, and with these people looking for other platforms, you know, I'm just hoping that they cross my path sometime. Cool.
So now, how does somebody get into this crazy world of professional wrestling here in Las Vegas? How do they get in hold of you to start their training? And I may have to add, very supportive. I really saw that. You know, they really. There was one student who seemed a little frustrated, and everybody really kind of was behind her and really helped her out. I commend that.
The biggest thing is we try to instill that, yes, you can wrestle by yourself, but it's more fun to wrestle with someone else in the ring. You have to be supportive. You got to be patient. Everyone was green at one point in time, and everyone in some way, shape, or form is always learning. I learn every day, even on both sides of the ropes, from outside as a promoter, but also inside the ropes as a trainee. As much as I train, I also am trained. I get trained by these guys every day. New things come to the table, so you have to be supportive. Not everyone learns at the same time. As far as how to get part of our school, if you can, be smart, stay out of the business. Get out of it. Don't move on. Get out of here. But if you're going to do it, it takes a lot of heart and desire. You can't go into it half-assed, and part of my language on that, but you can't. You have to put into it all of it. And I'm sure there's hundreds of promoters and trainers and whatnot that'll say the exact same thing. You have to put into it. If not, all you're doing is kidding yourself and kidding the people that you're in the ring training with. So all being said and done, you've got to go into it with all heart, desire, whatever. If it's not for you, get out. Because all you're doing is wasting your time, your money, and the people that you're sharing the ring with. As far as getting in touch with us, go to our website, www.adrenaline-unleashed.com. You can Facebook us at Adrenaline Unleashed. We have a hotline number, and it escapes me at the moment, so I'll get that in a second. For the most part, any of the social media sites, you can just do a Google search of Pro Wrestling Las Vegas, and we're going to come up as the first choice. But yeah, just best way is Adrenaline Unleashed on Facebook. We have a lot of people that go through that site, so you'll get answered right away.
Cool. Very good. Well, I want to thank you for giving us the chance to just check out your school. Like I said, it was one of the first places I wanted to check out coming to visit Vegas, and like I said, I really like you guys' product out here. So
Thank you very much.
I want to wish the best for you guys.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Thanks a lot for the interview, man.